Jim, what has been the secret to your small business success?
I think that, like most people in this industry, they come up from the ground up. Many of us didn't necessarily go to school to learn what we do here. We started in the back of a truck out in the field. And I think that having experienced working in the field firsthand makes me a better business owner, a better manager, because I understand what happens out there. I'm able to relate with industry individuals, especially city people, municipalities, and I can talk their language because I've been there. And I think that having been in the field makes me better at what I do.
Okay, and how do you see your company changing in the next 5 years?
Well, we don't always know what technology is going to come out tomorrow or what kind of changes. Obviously, as an owner, you get a little nervous about too many changes because it could be very expensive. If all of a sudden the equipment you have were to become obsolete, that wouldn't be a good thing. But as far as the changes coming, I think that always there's a desire for growth with the company, to improve, to become better at what you do. I think that personally my goals are to really continue to be the best at what I do. But as far as changes in the industry, I really don't know because I don't know what's out there. Obviously, the technology dealing with, excuse me, with GIS, interfacing, getting better at interacting with the city's GIS departments, with our CCTV data, is an area that I see growth and potential as far as kind of raising the bar in that area.
I can definitely tell that you're excited not only about your company, but about the industry as a whole. What's the most rewarding part of your job?
I gotta say, my employees. The employees I have, I'm very fortunate. I really spend a lot of time screening them for employment. I think that that's really, for anyone, that's the area that you need to concentrate on to make sure that you are getting quality people that have all the abilities and attributes and traits and skills that you need. I think we tend sometimes to just pick somebody because we need somebody, and that's really not the ideal person. So I've really concentrated on that, and so I have some great employees, some of which have been with me for well over 10 years. But getting to know them individually, getting to know what their goals are in life, because I don't expect every employee to stay with me forever. I mean, they have dreams and ambitions, but for their time they're with me, I really enjoy challenging them. Not only to become great in our industry, but to be able to pursue their dreams. So what I enjoy is that relationship. I think that it's important as a manager, owner, somebody with experience, to actually take people under your wing and mentor them. And I know I would have loved that when I was younger and I could have benefited. I probably would have found this industry sooner had I had that kind of guidance. Just kidding. But seriously, young people need an adult person to kind of listen to them, guide them, give them advice, give them career advice, and challenge them.
So would you say that your mentorship style of teaching is how you find good employees and keep those good employees?
I think so. I mean, there's a lot of factors. I mean, keeping good employees, you have to pay them right. And I think that most of my employees make a pretty good living. There's something that happens because I do have good employees that I have cities and municipalities that we work for constantly trying to hire them away. And that's because they're good guys. So far, I haven't lost anybody, even though it's like having these sharks, swimming around trying to take off your employees, but that's okay. But mainly, they'll come to me and say, I have this opportunity. And I won't say, oh, don't leave them there. No, I say, we'll think about it. Here's the pros and cons to it. And there's always pros and cons. I mean, there's things that they can do that I can't do from a benefit standpoint. However, when it comes to the small business, the relationship, my door's always open. These guys walk in all the time and they'll come in and say, what's wrong? What do you want to talk about? Oh, I just want to see how you're doing. That's the kind of relationship that I like to build with these guys. And so I think that as they grow and they mature, they become a more integral and important part of their life. And I need to continue to challenge them because if these guys, some of these guys came to work for me at 21 years old. Now they're in their 30s, they bought a house, they have a family, they have kids, and so they have a desire or they're thinking more about the future. They're thinking about, where am I going? What can I do? And as a small business, I can only do so much. I mean, there's only so many management jobs. But I believe that I need to be able to communicate with them and to be able to, tell them what's coming, be honest with them. And one of these days, they're going to want to go off and have an opportunity to grow, and I welcome that.
Great.
And I'll have a going away party for them.
Sounds like you have a great crew. If I were to ask you, what's the first word that comes to mind when you think of the drain cleaning industry, what would it be?
The drain cleaning industry. That's not an industry I'm in.
And the pipeline inspection industry.
What's the first thing? Well, it's been very rewarding. I think that it's funny when you tell people outside the industry about it, they kind of cringe, but to me, it's been wonderful. I was a pipeline inspection operator for many years, and it's the best job I ever had.
Right.
I mean, seriously. I was out in the field, inspecting pipe in my own environment, unsupervised, but I was very driven. But I loved it because it was so rewarding at the end of the day. Sometimes you go on a job and they had a problem, you'd find the problem, they're like, oh, thank you, and you drive away, and it was very, very satisfying. I think as a company, as we see the growth in our industry and we see the need for what we do, because frankly, as a CCTV inspection contractor, we're at the forefront of these billions of dollars being spent to fix our system. It's important what we do. We are finding problems. We're making sure that our infrastructure is upgraded and fixed and continues to function. So that's very gratifying to me. So I can't give you one word, but I love it. It's very satisfying to me. There's also just wonderful people in this industry, which I'm sure you've seen at this show every year.
It's great to hear your passion, and I'm sure the viewers appreciate it too. So thank you very much, Tim.
Thank you.